Hello and welcome to our Cisco CCNA Collaboration 260 CICD Voice Lab course. This is a lab-based course, so you will see me do many great labs, and I will help you learn what you can do with CUCM, Unity, Presence, and some monitoring tools such as RTMT. In this lab, you will see me do all those configurations that you learn in your CCNA Collaboration theory course, and now you will see everything live while I'm doing it. I will do each configuration and then I will test it out, and you will see which feature does what and how you can integrate two systems such as CUCM, instant messaging, and presence server, and also you will see the integration and importing users from different applications such as CUCM into our Cisco Unity connection. So let's start going over each section and each lab, and I'm sure that you will love this course, but just for the preview part, just see what you will face with and how you can get benefit from this great course. So you are now in here in section 1. I'm just welcoming you to my voice lab course. This is for the exam topics of Cisco CCNA Collaboration 260 implementing Cisco collaboration devices exam topics. In the first section, we will talk about collaboration end users on CUCM, Cisco Unity connection, and Call Manager Express. On the first lecture and our first lab, we will create an end user, and we will go over self-care portal, and we will set some enterprise parameters related with that self-care portal. So we will be able to use self-care portal, and we will set up some timeouts, some time values, and we will change them, and we will see how it acts into our usage for self-care portal and into the end user. Then we'll go to lab 2. In the lab 2, we'll create an end user on Cisco Unity connection and monitor voicemail traffic on RTMT tool. We will go over RTMT tool in the last lab very in a deep fashion, but for this purpose we will just see how we can connect it and how we can monitor our voicemail. Then we'll go to lab 3. Now, just as I promised, I will create end users and Call Manager Express via Cisco Configuration Professional. Cisco Configuration Professional is a tool that you can manage routers, switches, but for this purpose we will manage our Call Manager Express, which is on our Cisco router. Then after we create those end users, we will just match it with an extension that we have already configured. On lecture 5, which is our fourth lab, we'll go over class of service configuration. We will deal with partitions, we will deal with CSSs. They are very exciting topics, but they are very strange and very confusing. But I just want you to relax, trust me, and just make that confusing parts just as easy as putting our gear into drive and just go on our way. On lab 5, of course we are on lab 5, we've been through lab 4. On lab 5, we will configure SIP trunks and route patterns. Then we will test those calls. We just configured partitions, CSSs, and we did all those just to check how they work, just to test how they can interact with our calling patterns. Can we just dial a local number, or can we dial a national number? an international number even. We will just test that and we will see why we can't dial some numbers, or why we can dial all those numbers with some great privileges, because we are in certain partition and that certain partition is in a certain CSS. We may be lucky that that CSS can also be in the management CSS. For lab 6, we will configure dial pairs on our call manager express, and we will do some sort of manipulation. It will be on digits, it will be on how many digits we can send and how many digits we can receive, but we will do some sort of manipulation with that. Then we'll go to lab 7. That lab is how we can integrate LDAP, our LDAP server, with CUCM. We will synchronize LDAP, and even we will authenticate our users with the help of LDAP. But they are all different forms, they are all different methods, and they have some similarities, but they have also, as you guessed, some sort of different methods the way they do business. So we will understand how we can integrate our CUCM, and you'll see me do it live. Then I will synchronize LDAP with my CUCM. Then I will authenticate my users with that. But synchronizing and authenticating, although currently it seems like almost the same thing, they are not. You will see that. And you will see it live. And we will finish our section 2 and we'll go to section 3. It's also another exciting section. Just come with me and let's go endpoint registration methods. You might be just adding endpoints one by one if you're dealing with 20 to 50 IP phones, or you are just dealing with maintenance of those IP phones. But if you're a network engineer, if you're a voice engineer and you're working for an integrator, then you should be able to do some magnificent install sites and do all those things with the help of the user, himself or herself. How can you do that? You can do it with self-provisioning IVR configuration. We will go over each necessary step to enable self-provisioning IVR, and then we will also go over another method, auto-registration. Would it be magnificent if you just plugged your IP phone and it would get its directory number, it would get necessary information that it would need to be able to work? Then your user will just use self-provisioning IVR and just be done with it. You don't have to do too much, It would be easy. Easy is good. Easy is every time good, just like automation is. So you will some sort of automate those registration processes. And you will see how you can combine auto-registration and self-provisioning. Then you will see another magnificent tool, bulk automation tool, which is BAT. You can also call it as batch. But with the help of BAT tool, you can just put all directory numbers, all those information related with your users, their descriptions, their phones, their templates, phone button templates. You can do all of that just with the help of BAT tool. So you will learn that. You will join the experience that I am configuring BAT tool live, and I am configuring the notepad that I'm dealing with directory numbers. Of course, it will be a simple example, but you can just make it as big as the mega cluster is, which is 8,000 endpoints. Then you can go and have some fun with our lab 12. a specific JW will be calling for you, and if you're a fan, you'll just love it. Then we'll conclude our section 3 and we'll go to configuring endpoint telephony features. With the help of it, we will configure call pickup groups. That's exciting. We will configure phone button templates. We will configure call park, intercom, all those telephone features. You will understand them. You will understand how we can configure that. Which parameters we need to change, which screens, which menus we need to use. We will conclude that section by configuring BLF, and then we will go over mobility. I know you might be hating the fact that your cell phone just rings all the time, even if you are not on business hours. But that's a fact. At least you should know how that can happen. How your administrator just configured CUCM and helped you be reachable from everywhere. How you can just use your cell phone, and when you enter your office, just be yourself and be as cool as yourself. Just press on some button and pick up the office phone and continue your conversation. That will be also understood in lab 18. And after that, we will be able to configure those schedules. I know you don't want to be reached out in, not in, of course, in business hours, you need to be reached out, but outside of your business hours, you don't want to be reached out. So you can just go to self-care portal and change some schedules for your mobility. So on Sunday, when your kid is playing some baseball, football, basketball, you don't have to deal with somebody who just calls you from the office or who just knows your office phone so that you'll be reachable. No, you will say no to that, and you will configure your self-care portal for that scheduling mechanism. And after that, you will go over Cisco Interconnection configuration, how you can import users to Cisco Interconnection from CUCM, and how you can do that from LDAP. Again, you have two options, and each option has some similarities and has some different types, different methods. In one of them, you cannot change some certain fields. Some fields will be grayed out, and you will see all that while I'm telling you what you need to be focusing on. And after that, we'll go with instant messaging and presence server. We will see how we can configure our call manager for that integration, and then we will configure our CSF for Jabber registration. After that, we will configure our instant messaging and presence server, so you will understand which parameters you need to change. Of course, they will be inside the scope of CCNA Collaboration, so you won't be getting too much exposure because it wouldn't be necessary, it would be too much. But you will understand every exam topic, every topic that you need to understand, even if it's outside of your exam topics. But if it is connected to something in your exam topics, if it's connected to your success in your CCNA Collaboration exam, then it will be in this class. It will be in this video. Trust me, you'll get there. And after that, we will configure Cisco Jabber client. We will configure both of our PCs for the usage of Cisco Jabber client, and you will see why you have presence in that instant messaging and presence server. You will see the messaging part. You will see the instant. You will see the presence. You will see it all. Then we will conclude our course with how you can generate CDR reports, how you can do it for some certain directory numbers. You will see all that. Maybe you didn't even see that reports page, although you used CUCM. It can happen. It happened before, and it might happen now. So we will end our course as strong as it can be. We will finish it with RTMT tool. RTMT tool is a magnificent tool, and it just gives you all nitty-gritty details related with call details, related with voicemail, and you will be able to configure some templates just for the sake of easy management. Easy is good. You know that. Easy is very good. Very nice. We just want to automate everything. We just want to use templates. We just want to get you as cool as possible. And we want you to manage your CUCM, Unity connection, instant messaging, and presence server with little effort as possible. It can be done. It is manageable. It is as feasible as it could be. So just bear with me throughout this course. If you like it, just leave a good review. If you didn't like it, just send me a message. Tell that I didn't like this one. You will get your money back, and you will get every answer that you need. I'm here to help you. So just let me help you. Just let me pass this exam. Just let me get what you want to know for CCNA Collaboration exam topics. So I'm VEYHURDAM Dikmen, and I want you to continue this lovely lab course through all those 27 labs. And after that, you can watch all those labs anytime you want. If you're stuck with something related with RTMT, this course will be there for you. If you're stuck with CUC integration, it's there for you. What I will advise you is that while I'm doing all that configuration, please just install a CUCM on your virtual hardware, on your VMware workstation. So you will be able to not only see how I can accomplish that feature or how I can accomplish that configuration, you will also be able to do it yourself while I'm doing the configuration. Yes, I will not just bore you with all the details. Sometimes I will just cut it to the end result so that you will see what you will reach out. So you don't have to wait if I'm just resetting a phone. So you don't have to wait 10 minutes. I'll just set it to the end of the registration process. But if you want to see a detail, you will have that detail in the course. So just join me and let's beat that beast, which is CCNA Collaboration. Let's go. And I just welcome you to this course and congratulate you for investing for your career. And thank you for watching. Thank you for joining with me. Let's see you on the start line, because after the start line, I'll be waiting for you on the finish line with some cool bonus surprises.